What's up, Kokua? Welcome to the weekend. Coach Joe here. I have two pretty different workouts for you today. At-home workout, and we have Badge of Honor, which is our Kokua daily workout. So let's start with the 1 mile run test. I think for probably half of you out there, you probably haven't timed your 1 mile run, right? Ever, maybe. So the objective here is to run as fast as you can for 1,600 meters. Okay, so how do you do that? It's pretty straightforward. You just got to run fast. No, it's well, you have to find your pace, right? What can you get away with, and you don't want to burn yourself out too early. That's number one tip. So you want to go fast, but you don't want to go too fast to the point of you going over your anaerobic threshold. Don't want to do that. So we have to get to that point right below that threshold and see how long we can maintain that right before the finish. So what I would almost tell you to do is try to start off at about a 75% pace. Something pretty fast, but you have more to give, right? So we start there and we try to ramp up into a faster pace once we approach that middle. And once we hit that halfway point, that 800 meter point, we can kind of see, can we go faster? Should we maintain the speed that we're at? Or is it going to be a dogfight to finish out that back half? And if it is, you just kind of fight tooth and nail in order to try to complete it, right? So another strategy too, guys, breathing. Think about how you're breathing. Typically, I like the 3-phase breathing. I breathe in and out through my nose to start that run. I transition once I get tired into breathing in through my nose and a quick exhale out through my mouth. That's what I try to maintain for the majority of the time. I start with in through the nose, out through the nose to make sure I'm not overexerting myself. If I'm overexerting myself, I cannot breathe in and out through the nose, right? I'm gonna have to forcefully push my breath out through my mouth if that intensity is too high. So breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, that's my governor. I transition then to breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and try to keep that for as long as I possibly can. The last resort is in through the mouth, out through the mouth. And if you're going 100%, if you're going for max intensity, that's gonna happen. We just want to prevent that from happening for as long as possible, okay? So the 3 phases of breathing, think about that, think about your pace, think about not heel striking, making sure when we land with each step, we're slightly forward, shoulder in front of the hip, hitting the front to midfoot, right? No heel. And then every time we step, we scoop, we pull the heel towards the butt to activate the hamstring, and then that's going to propel us and create a little bit more momentum going forward, right? So forward lean, so you're catching each step as you run. Right, so just one more thing about the 1 mile run, make sure you're warmed up for it. If you are going for time, if you are trying to do your best, you gotta be almost to the point of sweating, or maybe sweating a little bit. You're that warmed up, you're not trying to overdo it before, but you're really trying to get your body prepared for that run, so it's not trying to play catch up in that run. We're not warming up in the run, and if you are warming up in the run, what tends to happen, your heart rate spikes, blood pressure spikes, you're not performing the way you need to. So make sure you dedicate at least 20 to 30 minutes of warming up prior to this. Personally, what I'm gonna do with this workout, I'm gonna spend about 30 minutes warming up. I'm gonna do this 1 mile run, take about a 10 to 15 minute break, and then tackle this workout. The Kokua daily workout, Badge of Honor, it's 5 stations of 1 minute work, right? So 20-minute EMOM, 4 different stations, 4 different exercises. We have wall balls, 25 wall balls, right? So if you have a Dynamax ball, you can use that up against a tree. That's what I do. I do tree balls. If you have a larger garage, you just throw it up to the 10-foot mark for the guys, 9-foot mark for the women. 20-pound ball for the guys, 14 for the women. If you don't have a Dynamax ball and if you have a pair of dumbbells, just do thrusters. Almost the same thing, right? Except we're not letting go of the dumbbell or even you could do it with barbells too. So 25 reps that first minute. It's probably going to be the hardest, right? That should take about, I would say about 35 seconds, knocking out 25 of those, right? Second minute, 20 toes to bar. So just going up on a bar, hands outside shoulder. Just make sure when we swing, we want to prepare, stay nice and tight as we kick up, right? So 20 of those. If you don't have a bar or cannot do toes to bar, you could do sit-ups. If you have toes to bar but you don't have 20 in a minute, you can knock it down to maybe 5 to 10 range, okay? Third minute, 15 calories on a row, on a bike. If you don't have one of those but you want to complete this workout, you could do a 200-meter run. Going back to that first minute, guys, 25 wall balls. If you have no equipment, I was thinking you guys could do frog jumps for 25. Frog jumps, interlock fingers behind the head, squat all the way down, get up here. So knocking out frog jumps, okay? And then fourth minute burpees over the rail of the rowing machine. If you don't have a rail to jump over, I would increase the reps to 12 and just do 12 regular burpees for that minute. The work should get easier. As you can see, the reps ascend by 5 per minute. So we go from 25 to 20, 15 to 10, or 12 if you're doing burpees without jumping over a rail. So it should be hard here, but you should be gaining your breath as you go along. So if you're freaking out here, it's gonna get better, at least it should, okay? Score is gonna be total number of reps you do for the round. Each round, I think it's gonna be 70 reps. So even if you hit 22 wall balls, just note that you're down 3, but you're still gonna move on to the 20 toes to bar. Okay, so just do what you can 5 times around for the 20 minutes worth of work. But every minute you're transitioning to that next movement, okay? All right, guys, tip of the day, don't go around obstacles, go through them. Yeah, so what does that mean? If you see burpees on the board and you get like, oh, gotta do burpees today, well, that's an obstacle. If that's something you don't wanna do, make it something you don't mind doing. How do you do that? By practicing, right? By actually conducting the movement enough where you just almost become numb to it. It's like, oh, more burpees, cool, I got it, I don't wanna do it. Most of the stuff I do when I work out, I don't really wanna do. There's a few things I love doing, but most of them are like, oh, I gotta do that, all right, whatever, right? Because I give myself no choice to do them or not to do them. So if you see an obstacle, if you see a challenge, if you see a deficiency in movement, focus on it, get better at it. So it's something that you don't mind doing, right? And if you don't mind doing it, chances are it's gonna be just more fun to do as time goes along. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a good weekend. See you Monday.